There's a stillness that arrives after the chaos. The awakening you once celebrated, marked by profound insights, emotional waves, and a sense of boundless connection, has passed. The once luminous journey now feels strangely dim. It's as if the universe itself has paused, leaving you alone to navigate an unfamiliar terrain. This isn't the ending you imagined. Instead of enlightenment's embrace, there's a quiet discomfort, a whisper that something deeper remains unexplored. And yet, this phase isn't a mistake. It's a necessary transformation, a hidden chapter of spiritual evolution that few talk about. After the crescendo of awakening comes the descent, a journey inward to integrate what's been revealed. The signs may seem strange, even unsettling, but they carry the keys to something greater. Let's uncover what these moments mean, why they happen, and how they hold the power to reshape not just your perspective, but your entire being. What if this isn't the end, but the beginning of something even more profound? The first thing you might notice is an overwhelming emptiness, a void where there once was clarity and connection. This isn't the emptiness of despair. It's something deeper, more neutral, like the pause between exhalation and inhalation. You may feel like life has lost its vibrant color, and the things that once brought you joy or meaning now seem hollow. But this void isn't here to punish, it's here to cleanse. Eckhart Tolle describes this as the space where transformation happens. It's a dismantling of the old self, making room for something truer to emerge. It's uncomfortable because it asks you to let go without yet showing you what will replace what's lost. The void is not the absence of meaning, but the fertile ground where new meaning can grow. This phase, though quiet and unsettling, holds the potential to realign you with a deeper sense of purpose. Stay present, because what feels like nothingness is the seedbed of everything you're becoming. As the spiritual awakening settles, you may experience a profound disconnection from the person you once were. The habits, roles, and even relationships that once defined you might no longer feel like they belong. This is not just a small change. It feels like a complete unraveling, as though the identity you clung to has been stripped away. Carl Jung called this process individuation, the journey of becoming who you truly are, rather than who you were conditioned to be. It's unsettling because the ego resists this death. It fears the loss of control, the shedding of its carefully crafted persona. But this dissolution is necessary. Without the old masks, you begin to see yourself as you truly are, raw, authentic, and infinite in potential. This isn't a crisis. It's a metamorphosis. You're not losing yourself. You're coming home to a deeper, truer version of who you've always been. Stay open, because this shift is where the magic begins. Even after the height of spiritual awakening has passed, the emotional waves can linger. Moments of joy, sadness, or even unexplainable emptiness might wash over you without warning. These aren't random. They are the remnants of the deep transformation you've undergone. As Eckhart Tolle explains, emotions are energy in motion, and after a profound awakening, your soul is still recalibrating. The highs and lows reflect the clearing of old wounds, patterns, and beliefs that no longer serve you. It's as if your soul is wringing out every last drop of the past to create space for the new. This phase can feel confusing. You might wonder, why am I still feeling this way? But these emotions are not a setback, they're a cleansing. Trust the process and let the waves move through you. With every release, you're stepping closer to a life of alignment and peace. As the spiritual awakening concludes, the way you connect with others undergoes a profound transformation. The relationships that once felt familiar may now seem distant or even misaligned. This isn't about judgment or loss. It's about alignment. Your newfound awareness reshapes how you perceive connection, moving from superficial exchanges to deeper, more authentic bonds. You may notice a natural distancing from people who no longer resonate with your energy, and simultaneously an attraction to those who align with your higher self. It's not always easy. Letting go of old relationships can feel like losing parts of your identity, but this shift creates space for connections that reflect your truest essence and support your continued growth. This process of rebuilding relationships is an integral part of integrating your awakening. It's not just about finding new people. It's about redefining the way you relate to the world, fostering connections rooted in love, empathy, and authenticity. And through these connections, you'll find a deeper sense of purpose and belonging. After the spiritual awakening ends, there's often a phase of emptiness, a void where the old self no longer exists, but the new self hasn't fully emerged. This in-between space can feel unsettling, like floating in an ocean without a clear direction. It's tempting to fill this void quickly, but this period of transition is where profound growth occurs. This emptiness isn't a sign of something missing. It's an invitation to pause and reflect. It's the space where you shed the remnants of past identities and make room for something deeper to take root. As Eckhart Tolle explains, real transformation happens in the silence. This silence allows you to listen to the whispers of your soul, guiding you toward a more authentic path. Instead of fearing this phase, embrace it as a sacred opportunity to rebuild with intention. Let the stillness teach you about who you've become and what you truly desire moving forward. In this void lies the potential for a life aligned with your highest self, one step closer to the purpose you were meant to fulfill. After the profound experience of spiritual awakening, there comes a moment when life calls you back to the world. But this return isn't about going back to who you were. It's about bringing what you've learned into your everyday life. Integration is the bridge between the mystical and the mundane, between enlightenment and embodiment. At first, the challenge is real. How do you carry the insights gained during awakening into a world that seems unchanged? Relationships, work, and daily routines might feel out of sync with the deeper truths you've uncovered. But this is where the work truly begins, learning to weave the sacred into the ordinary. This phase teaches you balance. It's not about rejecting the material world, but about elevating it with the awareness you've gained. As Michael A. Singer reminds us, surrender to what is and let life take you deeper. This surrender allows you to embrace life with grace, turning each moment into an opportunity for spiritual growth. Through integration, you transform your awakening from a fleeting experience into a lasting way of being. The end of a spiritual awakening is not an ending at all. It's a beginning, a gateway to living in alignment with the deeper truths you've uncovered. While the awakening itself may feel like a moment of profound clarity, its real power lies in what comes after, the integration, the transformation, and the embodiment of a higher consciousness in your everyday life. This journey reshapes not just your perspective, but the way you engage with the world. It's not about being perfect or enlightened. It's about being authentic, present, and aligned with your soul's purpose. Eckhart Tolle reminds us, life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. And so, as you navigate the strange, challenging, and beautiful phases that follow awakening, remember, this is your path. Unique, transformative, and deeply personal. Your awakening doesn't end. It evolves, guiding you ever closer to the truest version of yourself.